I cannot hear.
There you go. Sorry about that.
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you? All right. Let me switch this view for myself. But I want you guys in this gallery view. There we go.
Ah,
Crazy hair. Hi.
hi.
How are you?
How are you? Surviving. How are
Yeah.
you?
Surviving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just barely making it.
Same. Same. I was so happy to see that you were doing these meetings because it's been so hard for me to actually get to a meeting the past few weeks. I guess
Well,
like
this
4 weeks.
is actually working out great and gives us all like a little 30-minute break, right? Well,
Yes.
hopefully a
Yeah. I
break.
just like sat the kids down with Paw Patrol and I was like, here, have a
Yeah,
snack and leave me alone.
exactly.
Oh
So
gosh.
we have a few minutes before 10, but I do like to keep it like right at 30 minutes, hopefully, at least for
Yeah.
the part where we ask everybody to be on. And then some last week, like some stuck around and talked afterwards. But for the most part, I'm trying to get all the info in the 30 minutes
Awesome.
because I know like my kids will come out here at some point. I know.
Yeah.
So.
Oh. You doing good though? Are the kids mine are like at the point where they're adjusted and they realize this is our new norm,
Yeah.
but they also like physically fight at least once a day.
Yeah, no, we are having some arguments and stuff, but they really, really like the schedule. I'm on the schedule and I'm not doing spring break because there's no spring break really. So,
Yeah.
so
We
they're on
are
the
doing
schedule.
spring break, but only so I can like kind of get some things in order because a photographer is supposed to be coming to do photos for my website.
Oh gosh.
And
Yeah.
that's like the only thing we need. So I'm like, it's really hard though to keep your whole house like photo ready.
Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine with
Yeah.
everybody
So
home. Yeah. No.
it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not ideal for sure.
That's right. So yeah, they really like the schedule. So like on the weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, I'm like, okay, it's the weekend. We can just have a weekend day, it's a free day. And they're like, where's our morning math? What do we do? Like they were all out of sorts from not having the schedule. So they really like it, which is good.
Oh, good.
And like
Yeah.
today
We
I threw a
did.
kink, I'm like, oh, I have a meeting today. So, you guys can watch your iPads for a little while. Well, Kindles, whatever. And they're like, what? Like, what? Like throwing
Oh,
them all off.
that's funny.
Yeah.
But I am grateful that we live in Florida and we have like
My
such nice
gosh.
weather. I can't imagine if we didn't have the pool or the
I
playground.
know, like we're so lucky. We actually went kayaking yesterday, and it
Oh,
was
nice.
awesome. So there was
Where did you
nobody
guys
out there
go?
at Riverside or Riverbend Park,
Is
and
it closed now though, as of today, or it's still open? I thought state parks
maybe
were
it's
closed.
not a state park; it's a county park. It's a county
Oh,
park. It was open yesterday, and they didn't have any plans of closing anytime soon. I mean, of course, if they get told, they would. But
right. Oh, interesting. I'll have to look into that.
and it's that Jupiter Outdoor Center we rented kayaks from, and a kayak and a canoe, and it was awesome.
Oh,
Let
fun.
me
Yeah,
see.
definitely like a change of scenery. Like yesterday, we just went for a drive for like 40 minutes
Yeah.
to get like a different view.
Yeah, they haven't posted anything about being closed. It was so peaceful and so beautiful, and the kids loved it. And we saw so many alligators and baby
Oh,
alligators, and it was really,
I
really
like
cool.
love hate that. Like I'm always worried, like, what if I fall in or what if one pops up like right underneath of
I
me?
wasn't worried about falling in, but I was like, I'm manning the canoe by myself, like the two girls are on there with me, and I'm like getting really, really close to it. And I'm like, I don't really know how to
Yeah.
get away. And my girls are freaking out. I'm like, calm down, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Please don't rock the boat.
Yeah. But it was really fun. But we were trying to get up close. There were some babies, and I wanted them to be able to see it because they were
Oh,
kind of camouflaged,
yeah.
and it was really cool. Like it was just a really awesome time, and the weather is just amazing. So
Yeah. I have loved like I don't know. I see all these moms posting like, "Oh my God, send wine. I can't deal with my kids." And I'm like, "I'm really, really, really enjoying this time."
yeah, I have to
Like,
say I'm surprised at how much I'm enjoying it. I thought I
yeah,
would be going crazy, and I miss interacting with all of you and
for
my
sure.
friends. But I'm like, I actually am enjoying my time with the kids. I
Yeah.
mean, teenagers were here last week, and they are easy. I mean, it's more
Yeah.
twisting their arm to spend time with us. But
Yeah.
and then this week they're at their dad's, and so it's really easy this week
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah. Oh,
So of course they'll be back next week when they have to do school, so that'll be really fun for me.
yeah. Oh.
Getting them up out of, they sleep in. So hey Jen.
Hi.
All right, Wyatt, Charlotte, Natalie, Diana, why can't we see your faces? It's okay if you don't want to show your face. All right, we're going to give it a couple more minutes here, but I do want to start and get going in 30 minutes. I did record, I'm going to record all of these, and I went a couple days ago to put it on the Facebook page and realized, oh gosh, I need to put it on YouTube. And then I started YouTube, and then I was like, oh, your video is too long, and I got to verify. And I just got caught up and totally forgot. So I am going to get these on our group. I'm writing myself a note, like, don't forget to go in and do that. YouTube videos. So if anybody's missing anything, you know, they can get on. They're only 30-minute video. Not only, I mean, 30 minutes is a while to sit and watch a video. But if somebody's really interested in what we're talking about, please share and ask them to join our group.
Awesome.
Hey, Noelle.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly. Here comes the ladies. Taylor. Who's that with the, oh, Steph. Hey, Steph. Steph, I like how your little thing says life begins at the end of your comfort zone. I guess that's now, right?
Can you hear me? I'm not even sure if I'm on yet.
Is that Steph?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure can.
Awesome. Good morning.
Good
I've
morning.
had that as my photo for like, I don't know, since I ever started with Zoom a couple of years ago.
Well, it's very appropriate.
Yeah, definitely. I was noticing that too.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I do not want to take up too much of your time. I'm trying to keep these meetings right at 30 minutes, and I know it's hard to like get everybody quiet. Mine are in the house again, like last week. I cannot be responsible for them coming out here. I guess I am responsible for it, really, but I can't. Taylor says just hop up at 10:30. Let me see if I can put this. Can I move the little chat box so it doesn't show up in the middle? Oh, yeah, I can. Awesome. Hang on a second, guys. Let me just move this little chat box over so I can keep track of the chat as we go. All right. All righty, ladies. So let's get started. I wanted to talk today about an exhaustive list I came up with of things that you could be doing now, right now, you know, in your business to pass the time, no, just kidding, to benefit your business for the long run here, because I know we're all kind of stuck in, you know, a holding pattern, and a lot of us are just really not sure how this is going to play out. I mean, I like to use an example as myself. I'm a personal stylist for moms. I am not in an industry that is a life necessity. And although I can do things virtually, you know, my clients tend to love working in person, and that's really what I have the most experience with. And so it's a hard adjustment, and I'm basically not working right now. I'm not getting paid, and that sucks. So, you know, a lot of us are in that same boat. And then when this is all over, whenever that is, it will be a readjustment to get back in. So I've got an exhaustive list here of ideas for things that we can do to help foster our businesses while we're waiting, right? While we're waiting. And some of you are still working and grinding it out. And, you know, this is amazing. And this is a great time for opportunity. And I do have ideas and things that I'm going to be doing and goals that I've set for myself to get done over this time. But as a reminder to give yourself grace. If you need to do this, though, to pay the bills, there's not a lot of time for grace, right? There's not a lot of time to take the pressure off. But if you are doing this and you are just trying to take advantage of this time to grow and do things that you're not normally able to do, then this is kind of a blessing for you. You know, it's kind of like a little bit of extra time. I don't want to say it's a blessing to have my kids home all the time, because it's really not. But this is a really good opportunity for me to do some of these things. So I'm going to go through this list and, you know, jot down if something piques your interest. I would love to, in future meetings, get more in depth on some of these things. So if there's something that you really like, we'll go into the Facebook group later. And, you know, I'll put a post out, and you guys can, you know, take away from this list and put on there, you know, like, hey, I really would love to deep dive into this, and I can absolutely get all the research done and get all the info for you. I also want to talk a little bit about money and some of the things that we can do to help us save or produce more right now. And then also, even though social media is in a lot of these ideas, talk about some specifics in social media that we can do as well to help our businesses right now. So with no further ado, let's get started on this exhaustive list. Some of you that have been around for a while know that we had our office day back in January, and I came up with this long list of things that you could work on if you had 12 hours to yourself to sit down and work with no kids and no distractions. Well, you basically do have that time now, but you have the kids and you have the distractions and you have the, home and you have stress and, all these other things going on. But if you could, maybe take 30 minutes a day, even if it's after the kids go to bed at night, to work on some of these things, it can only benefit you in the long run. So one of the things we can do is many of you have websites, and if you want to spend some of this time updating that website, it's a great time to do it, right? Take some of those old photos out, replace, update your About Me page. If you are not familiar, your About Me page or About Us, whatever it is that kind of explains who you are and what you do, is one of the most visited pages on a website. I think, and that's just from statistics. I mean, Diana may be able to tell us differently. I think we've actually had this conversation before, and I don't know if you said it wasn't. I can't remember for you, but anyway, the point is that the About Me page is often visited, and there is a really fantastic podcast by Jenna Kutcher, Gold Digger. If you guys are listening to her or not listening to her, I would highly suggest researching it. I should have written down the number and I forgot to. I'll put it in our Facebook group. Let me see. Let me just make a note here to remember to do that. Do podcast number. And it is all about your About Me page. It's not a long podcast, but it gives some really fantastic tips on what people want to read when they're reading your About Me page and how to streamline it and make it fun and exciting. And so I'm going to put that on our Facebook group, but this is a fantastic time to go in there and update that. Maybe some of your services on there. Obviously, some things might be changing. My hair is just funky. Anyway, some things might be changing right now, so it might be a good time to go on there and, update that as well. If you are blogging on your website, of course, it's a fantastic time to batch some blog posts, right? To get some blog posts going, not to mention you want to stay current with what's going on. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes, is your message and what you are putting out right now. But if you are not blogging on your website, now may be the time, right? Now may be the time to go ahead. I have a blog page on my website, and I think I've put 2 or 3 blogs out or blog posts out, and now is the time to really start ramping that up, because that does connect with other ways to get your content out and to connect with people, via Pinterest, via repurposing those blog posts into social media posts, and possibilities of guest posting on other people's blogs. So there's a lot you can do with blog posts. Blogging is not dead. Sorry, I'm just taking notes as we're writing here so I remember what to write in our Facebook group. We've talked last week a lot about email marketing, and that was basically all we talked about last week was email marketing and coming up with email campaigns, coming up with opt-ins, and learning, providing something free and valuable to people so that you can build an audience and build an email list. So obviously now is the time. We talked about this at length last week. Some of you weren't here with us, but now is the time to work on that email list. And, there's no virus on Instagram or Facebook right now, but it can always happen. So, you don't own that audience. You don't own those people. You do own your website, and you do own your email list. And so I would highly encourage you, once I get the Facebook video or the video over on Facebook, if you weren't here last week, to go in and listen, because we had some really exciting things to talk about as far as email marketing goes, and also a newer service provider that I'm using and that you should be receiving emails from. And side note, if you did not get your email today, this morning, it went out at 6 a.m. with the Zoom ID on it, please send me a DM or text or something and let me know, because I'm hearing that a lot of people aren't getting the emails. It is coming from Business Casual Mastermind is the title of the sender, but it's the Mama Crush is my email address. So go into your junk folders if you haven't seen it. You could learn to set up a workflow in that email service provider. So we did talk about this a little bit last week, but now is the time to learn how to do that. So, okay, you can create an opt-in on Canva or wherever you're creating that. Now what do you do with it? Now how do you deliver it to actual people? How do you create a pop-up box or have a place for people to sign up for that? Make a link that you put in your Instagram bio or your Facebook bio. And so now is the time to do the research and find those things out and learn how to do them. So setting up workflows in your email service provider is a fantastic time. Write a series of emails, right? This is something called like a nurture sequence or a welcome sequence. When somebody does join your email list and you give them the opt-in, now they're on your list and now they need to be served. But maybe you don't want somebody's first email impression of you to just be bam, and like for me as the stylist, my emails might be all about, what I've got, what's on sale this week. But maybe that's not the information I want to give this person right away. Maybe I want to tell them more about myself or tell them more about my services that I can provide for them. And so I would like to nurture them in before I just, boom, throw them into the weekly newsletter. So it's a great idea to set up a nurture sequence or a welcome sequence. It can be as short or as long as you want. I mean, it can be 2 emails, but I know Jenna Kutcher, I think, has 6 months of emails before she really does something crazy. So, and I said Jenna Kutcher twice here. It's not that she's the almighty. It's just that she has got a lot of great free content out there for you to learn about. We can batch social media posts. I know for me, last week I did fantastic on social media posts. I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. This is great. I've got all this time. I can put together these really thoughtful posts and get it out there. And then this week, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, I was busy with the kids and I never got around to it. And so last night, I'm like, all right, let me at least get the next 2 days of social media posts set up and ready to go so that time comes, I can, boom, put them out there. And it's such a relief. I don't have to think about that right now. I just know that as soon as I get off this call, I can post because I've got my picture ready. I've got my caption ready. So if you can do that, set up, batch some social media posts would be fantastic. And speaking of batching social media posts and blog posts and all these things, what about creating a content calendar? We did talk about this, I think it was in January. It was our hot topic, or maybe it was December. I don't know. It was getting ready for the first quarter and talking about content that we want to put out there. And here we're going to talk a little bit about our messaging as it applies to today. So it wouldn't be, I don't know what the right word is. It's probably not a great idea for me to be posting right now just different outfits that I want you to go buy or that I think you should be wearing, in regular life, in regular mom life. I have to curtail my message to what my audience is going through right now. My audience is moms, and my audience is stuck at home with their kids right now. And so chances are they're not dressing up in dresses and heels every day. As much as I love to wear my heels every day, I've not put on a pair since we've been home. So I have to curtail my message. And my message to my audience, and I'm just this is truth. This is coming off the top of my head. I didn't write this out. My message to my audience is, look, I get it. I am in the same boat as you. I do think it's really important to get up and get dressed every day. And guess what? I'm actually making multiple outfit changes a day because it is so important to me to put on a normal shirt and shorts or whatever it is that I'm putting on that day, or a maxi dress or something, so that I feel productive and I'm ready to accomplish things. But I also know that I'm later today going bike riding with my kids. Yesterday we went kayaking. I mean, I've got to change my clothes at some point during the day. But for me, it works. For me, it's important. Maybe your outfit of the day is putting on workout clothes, and that's totally cool. I want the moms to feel like they are taking care of themselves and they're feeling good still, even through all of this craziness. So that's my message to them. And then also, look, hey, there are sales going on right now, and one day we're going to have to re-enter the world. And so here are some cute outfits that you can wear. Here are some ways to clean out your closet right now while you've got the downtime. So I didn't mean to go on a diatribe about my business, sorry. But I just wanted to tell you guys that I am kind of restructuring my message right now. And you should be thinking that way as well. You can't just get on social media and act like everything is normal right now. As much as we want it to be, it's not. And so your audience, we've talked before about your ideal customer or your ideal client avatar. Who is she or he, and what are they going through right now? And I know most of us being female business owners, our targets are a lot of females. Noelle, you're probably an exception. Like I'm sure you deal with all types, you know, men, women, business owners, but for the most part, a lot of us deal with women, and we're all kind of, you know, going through very similar situations right now. So make sure that your customer or your ideal client is hearing from you in a way that they know that you're real. You didn't set all these posts up a year, you know, 6 months ago and not change them up. And that, you know, you're an actual person who's dealing with the same things that you are. Here's how I'm dealing with it in my passion in my life, which is getting dressed and styling moms. How are you dealing with it? Diana, you're a perfect example. You know, you have a recipe blog, and in normal circumstances, I should let you talk, not me, but in normal circumstances, I'm assuming, you know, you're just helping to help moms out or women out, whoever your ideal customer is, and having, you know, really creative, delicious recipes for them to use on a daily basis. Right now, that is like gold to me, you know, and so I want to know, like, that, hey, look, I'm the same boat as you. But you know what, maybe you have a little longer. I know I have a little longer time to prep meals now. So I have a little more time to like dive deeper into some, you know, cooler things to make than I usually do, which is normally like kids are at practice and I'm making, you know, ordering pizza, really, let's be honest. But I don't know, Diana, do you want to unmute there and kind of give me maybe an example of what you're thinking? Oh, here, I can unmute you. No? Can I? Okay,
Sorry,
there you
I have
go.
the door open. There's like yard work going on. My kid's using this like remote control thing. Yes, ideally, people, you know, a lot of food bloggers right now are posting like a lot of like pantry meals and things that are helpful. You know, it's hard because everyone has different, first of all, most people don't have a fully stocked pantry. And then right now, getting your hands on food can be difficult in some areas. And for me, it's kind of a struggle because my blog is based on like very produce forward stuff. So I don't use a lot of like you know, canned processed things most of the time. But right now I'm having to sort of shift and figure out what I've been doing is like going through and trying to figure out which recipes I can show, like how to alter it with things that you have on hand. And just like posting suggestions when I do post. I haven't really been posting very often. The other day I just posted on Instagram and I was like, to be honest, I haven't really been in the mood to post. I've been dealing with my own things over here, and you know, and I think that resonates with people.
I agree. I was gonna say, you're talking to your people, right? You're telling them like, listen, I'm real. Like this is I'm not a perfect person, and they get that, and I think that it's appreciated. I mean, do I want to see more recipes from you? Of course I do, but I also get it. You're a mom and you're dealing with this like we are. So that's just exactly what I meant by that, is just to kind of, I'm going to go ahead and mute you back, Diana. But that's exactly what I was talking about is, you know, change your message a little bit to make sure that you're being real and that you're being authentic with your ideal audience and with the people that you want to attract. Don't lie, right? Like, I mean, I talk about getting dressed every day, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not on here putting like fancy dresses. And if I am, I'm not saying like, I think you should be buying this right now or wearing this right now. I'm changing the message a little bit like, hey, this is a great deal and it's on sale. And if, you know, you think that one day in the future you're going to wear it, that's the only time I would do that. So just make sure you're curtailing your messages. But back to what you can be doing right now is, you know, besides taking 20 minutes or 30 minutes to sit and think about that message, is then creating a content calendar and maybe just create one for this time being, right? Like, let's not get crazy and like go 6 months in the future right now. But like, let's just think about it as for the next 2 weeks. Like, what am I going to do and put out there for the next 2 weeks that centers around this message that I want to you know, tell people, and then I want to tell my audience and to the people that I want to attract. So we'll get a little more detailed about social media, but this is the time to start attracting new people if, you know, if that's what you're going for, which who isn't really, right? Here's another cool thing you could do when we're talking about content calendars is to learn and implement a project management system. Whether it's something that you come up with on your own. I know Diana has really cool Excel spreadsheets. Sorry, Diana, I keep using it as an example here, but has a really cool Excel spreadsheet that she's come up with that she uses that works for her to make sure she's planning and posting in the right places and provides links for everything and photos for everything. But there are some amazing tools out there like Trello and Asana, and they both have free versions that you can use that give a lot of information. Sorry, I saw an animal in my yard, and I did. It was my dog. And so this is a great time to get on one of those and put your crap in order, right? Like to get on there, set your goals, set your things. But again, I don't want you to overwhelm yourself and think, oh my gosh, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to plan out my next whole year. If you can do that, fantastic. I'm very, very proud of you. But I would say, like, let's just start simple. Let's start with the next few weeks and let's make a plan and put it on Trello or Asana or in your own version of, of a planner. Maybe it's a paper planner. I don't know, but I would highly recommend getting onto something digital to keep yourself and, held accountable and to get those things going. Again, I am so happy. I use Trello. I am so happy to dive deeper into this in a future episode or meeting. And so if this is something that you're interested in, definitely be sure to put that in the Facebook group. This is a great time to learn and to educate yourself. Take an online course. If there's something that you have had your eye on, so many fantastic people that do online courses are offering great deals right now. Discounted courses, very inexpensive ones. If you want to learn more about something like this, there's one called Trello for Business. It is put out by, maybe it's Boss Babe Project. Their podcast is called Strategy Hour. I can't remember what their company is called, but they have if you go to Strategy Hour and click on a link there or find their website or their Instagram post, they have a course called Trello for Business. I think it's $29, and it gives you a deep dive into using Trello. You could take courses on bigger things, but if it's just something that you want to implement now, this might be a great way to do so, is to take an inexpensive course. It don't have to be inexpensive. You could do an expensive course right now too, but you could take a course and really deep dive and then implement that over the next couple of weeks. Podcasts are fantastic. You guys know I'm a podcast junkie, if you know me. And I listen to all the business podcasts. And that is kind of why I've like a million things to talk about to you guys every week, because I just am like absorbing like a sponge all this information. Am I applying it all the time? Absolutely not. But I am writing it down and taking notes for you all the time. So podcasts are fantastic. Some of my favorites are Goal Digger by Jenna Kutcher. It's Amy Porterfield. Online Marketing Made Easy is hers. Strategy Hour, The Go-To Gal. I think these are all really female kind of centric creative entrepreneurs, online marketers, and they just are chock full of great information and great things for you to take away. And that's like I said, really how I come up with all this information to download to you guys is by just listening to all of them and taking courses and such. So last month we talked a lot about video and hows and whys and whats and wheres and whens and whos, and basically anybody and everybody should be doing some sort of video, whether it's Instagram stories or full-on YouTube courses and creation. But now is a great time to really think about your video content and how you can implement it, how you can create it, and sit down and write down some ideas of types of videos you want to make. Jen, I've seen you doing this. Jennifer Foster, I've seen you doing this a lot lately, and she has changed her messaging and she's applying it to what's going on right now in this real world, and that's amazing. So great job. And just everybody, this is a great time to think about that. And even, like I said, even if it's stories, it can be short and sweet and simple. Katrina does an amazing job doing this. Yeah, she's still here. So she does an amazing job of doing this on stories. Every time her stories are on, I'm like watching, like, ooh, what's she doing? Yeah, she's, what's she talking about? And she's giving, in fact, she's one of those people right now that is giving fantastic ideas of things you can be doing right now in this moment. And Katrina, I'm gonna put you on the spot if you don't mind. You talked a lot this week about did I unmute you? There you go. About partnering up with others, and that was on my list. So I would love it if you could just give us your little Instagram story version of partnering with others right now.
Oh my gosh, I love that you're asking this.
All right.
I mean, it really depends on your business, but something for you, Leanne, a really easy thing that people can be doing right now is like reach out to local boutiques. And even though people aren't shopping right now, how are they able to buy from them if they want to? I don't have like a full list of how I can buy from Lola Chic and Curate, and
Mhm.
you're strictly local, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
Compiling a
awesome.
really cool list, how to pick up from them, what their phone number is, and putting it on your Instagram stories and tagging them and making sure they tag you back. It's just a really good way for you to provide something helpful for them, but also for you to get something out of it too. And we're all just looking for that right now. So it's about like, what do they want?
It's so funny that you say that, because I organically kind of did that yesterday with Ceci. I was over there and I'm like, oh, I'll take this dress and I'll post about it for you, and then like tell everybody that you're still here. And she's like, great. So I love this because that's exactly what I kind of accidentally was doing. So I'm going to go ahead and
I think
work
like
on
for
that.
food bloggers doing that with, I saw Palm Beach Moms is doing that with a lot of the local
Takeouts. Yeah.
Restaurants. That's
Mhm.
perfect. If you're a food blogger, start partnering with the local restaurants and help them out and find ways that you can also get something out of it too. But it's really about providing help to them right now, and it'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. If you ladies are not following Katrina, please do. She is full of fantastic knowledge, and she is really providing a lot of really great tips. And, you know, she's one of those people I steal all my ideas from and then put it and give it to you guys. So definitely go follow her. Katrina Aronson Consulting. Okay, so videos, this is what we were talking about. So filming and learning to edit videos can be time consuming, and what a better time to learn to do this than right now. You can edit videos if you take them on your phone or on a digital camera, or you know, a movie camera, and put it on your computer. If you have iMovie is very user friendly, you guys. It did not take me very long to learn it, and there is a YouTube video for everything. So if this is something that you are interested in learning, and there are plenty of other editing apps and tools, iMovie is easy, and it's, if you use Apple products, it's already on there, loaded up for you. And so this is a great time to try it out, right? There's also some fun apps. I know one of them that I use, let me tell you what it is. Video Boost. Do you guys remember when I was doing that talk about networking? Time is it? Oh my gosh, it's almost the end of the time and I didn't even get to everything. Okay, talking about networking, and I made that little fun video. I think it was Stephanie Edison that reached out and was like, hey, what did you use? Video Boost, Splice. These are all little fun apps that you can make cool short videos with. So I would highly recommend using this time to do that. Okay, I'm going to speed read through these. I don't want to take up too much of y'all's time, and we are already almost at 10:30, but there are some really other great ideas here. Start a YouTube channel, guys. We talked about this last month at length. Have a place for all these videos to live. Even if you're not sending people to your YouTube channel, put them on there. Have a place for it to live so that you can embed it easily into emails and blog posts and Facebook posts, etc. So start the YouTube channel. Actually try to post something like I did the other day. Bye, Kelly. Sorry, you guys, I'm running late here. But this is a great time to do that. Another good thing is improve your SEO. Woo, that's a can of worms, ladies. But if you can take some tips from people, Katrina probably has some great tips for you. I mean, there's a lot of great information out there, but if you want to work on your website, your blogs, and try to improve your SEO a little bit, search engine optimization, so you're popping up when people are searching for you, for your industry and that you will pop up. This is going to be time to build a media kit, and we can deep dive into that in another episode or another meeting. But a media kit, everyone should have one. Doesn't matter what you do. Even if you think I'm an interior designer, I do not need a media kit, or whatever it is that you're doing, everyone should have one. Call it a speaker kit, media kit, whatever. And I highly recommend doing that. There are plenty of resources. Again, this is something we can deep dive into in another meeting. Design an opt-in. We kind of talked about that earlier, and learning how to deliver it. Create a landing page or a sales page. Are you a business that doesn't run with a website? Totally fine. That happens, and it works for a lot of people, but there are ways to have somewhere for people to go. And it just provides some social proof, and, and it makes you look legit, it makes you feel legit. So you could do a landing page. I think, is it called landing pages? No, wait, what's the name of that? And I'll put it in the Facebook group. Who does the landing pages and the free pages? Not free, I mean the sales pages, and it's not called landing pages. Okay, I'll get back to that. Sorry. Lead pages. Lead pages is what it's called. Lead pages. Sorry. That is a service that you can use to create landing pages and sales pages and opt-ins and that sort of thing. Now let's talk about social media really fast. I'm going to speed through this. This is the time if you want to deep dive into LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, I so recommend it. It is like the redheaded stepchild of a lot of social media, but there is so much value there for any and all of you. I don't care what your creative business is or your business is, you are a business. And if you can get on LinkedIn, there are ways to connect with people and ways to make associations and connections, and you just never know what you're gonna, what you're missing out on there until you get on there. And it is kind of like the wild, wild west right now. It is what Instagram was 6, 7, 8 years ago. It is the time to hop on board and get on there. So LinkedIn, Pinterest, that is not old. I mean, that's not anything new, but it is a great place to get your content out there and get shared, and it's fun, right? You can get a little lost on Pinterest. You could read some books that you have been wanting to. There's a really great book called Story Brand. I mean, there's so many great books. I'm not going to go into a list here. We can make a post in our Facebook group of some of the really impactful, good books that may help your business or help yourself, and as you run a business and you're an entrepreneur. And I would love for you guys to hop onto that post. Let me put that in post. Okay. Saving money, making money. Let's talk about that. Oh, wait. Sorry, I didn't finish that social media part. We talked about this at length before, but hashtag research. And Diana gave me this awesome idea. She gave it to the whole group. She gave me a great idea, and it has been working, Diana. I did some hashtag, research and looked. Basically, you take like the hashtags that your ideal customer would be looking for, right? And you figure those out. We can do a whole meeting on this. But you then search those hashtags and then finding those posts and going into those posts and realizing like, yes, my ideal audience is here, or no, they're not here. And if they are there, going ahead and either commenting on the post itself or commenting on someone else's comment. And it just tends to be this little back and forth thing where once somebody sees that you're posting, you're talking to them, they will go, and most likely, and it's not a guarantee, but most of the time they're going to go and they're going to follow you as well. If you give them a follow. Diana gave me a great tip and said, try to stay within your little region, right? Your world as far as numbers go. So I am, I only have like 1,600 followers on Instagram. And if I go somebody that has like, I don't know, 700,000, and I'm like commenting and I'm like, why isn't she liking my page back or following me back? I'm kind of out of my realm a little bit. But when I stick to that, like women that have, anywhere from mine to like 10,000 followers, most of the time they're following me back as well. And it's been a really great tip, Diana. You can get a little lost in this. So I do the same thing that she said, is set a 20-minute timer, sit there and just comment and like people's posts. And it has worked. I mean, I've seen some growth from it. So this is a great time to do that. And thanks for that tip, Diana. I was going to talk about partnering up, but we talked about that with Katrina. So money, a lot of us aren't making any money right now. I am one. And so researching additional revenue streams right now is a really important thing to do if you are kind of cut off at this time. Everybody is hurting. Everybody has seen a downturn. I mean, everybody except the Publix or the grocery stores and the hospitals, right? Everybody has seen a downturn. So especially so many of you, I know some of you have, more corporate aligned work, but many of us are creative entrepreneurs. And again, it's just not a life necessity right now. So a lot of us have seen a downturn. Research additional revenue streams, ladies. What are some of the ways that you could make extra money? Could you guest, if you're established and you've been blogging, can you guest post on somebody's stuff? Could you partner up with somebody and, get some sort of kickback as far as, if there's a service that you use? Let's say you take a course. Let's say you take, one of these courses and you absolutely love it and you just are like die hard about it. Could you share that? And then maybe possibly, this is affiliate marketing. Could you do affiliate marketing for them? I'm on Like to Know It. That's like a way I can do affiliate marketing as well. Could you go virtual? Many of you probably have already. And if you haven't, is there a way for you to go virtual with your business? are seeing it every day on Facebook. Somebody is new is popping up that it's somewhere you used to go, or a class or something, for your kids, and they're now doing it online. And many are offering it free, and I think that's fantastic to offer this as free content. But is your business something that somebody would pay to have, online and pay to attend? So just kind of start thinking about that, researching it. This is an actual money saving tip. And I realized it when I started doing this Zoom thing again last week. I used Zoom all the time in my old business when I worked for April. And so I had a Zoom account or whatever. And then I went on here to do this, and I realized that I had 2 Zoom accounts, and Zoom for the year, the minimal of what I needed, is $150 a year, 2. So look through your subscriptions, ladies, and check out what you are getting charged for. I know I have signed up over being so, enmeshed in social media, signed up for so many different apps and things that are like $2.99 a month or $4.99 a month. And I'm like, oh yeah, whatever, I don't care. Now I'm looking at it, and I started deep diving, and I'm like, holy crap, I have like $30 a month and all these little stupid apps that I use, maybe I used once or twice. And so really take a dive down into your apps. I think you can go on your phone and look at, in the App Store and look at your subscriptions, and maybe take off some of those. And also do a deep dive on your bank statement, because had I realized that I got charged twice for 2 different Zoom accounts, that was really not smart by me. I was $150. So that's just a little money saving tip this month. The last thing is now is a good time not to shop, right? Now is a good time to shop your closet, clean out your closet, and not to shop. And this is coming from a personal stylist. It is also, however, amazing sale time. The retailers are really, really hurting right now, and they are offering all kinds of crazy deals and discounts. So if you are, and this is just a style tip, if you are somebody who likes to buy some new clothes for the spring, Jen is over there like dropping pounds left and right, so she's got to get new clothes. This is a really great time to shop. I am so happy to help you with this service for free. I'm not trying to sell anything. I just, if you want, need some help, ladies, I've got a little bit extra time in the evenings, and I'm happy to help you with this. But now is a great time to stock up on some things that maybe you would want, for later. And I'm not just talking about fashion. I'm talking about everything. Everything is pretty much on sale as far as retailers go right now. So that's really all I've got today. I'm so sorry I ran so late. I know we had people hop off the call, and I was so full of things too. Here, Diana says, take something like Mint, take a look at how you're spending, connect your business credit card. Yes, Mint, I've seen that. That's right. I couldn't remember the name of it. That is awesome. It will go through your stuff and look for you on your business credit card or wherever you want to put wherever you're trying to look through, right? I know I've got stuff all over my business and personal. And so this is a really fantastic way to save a little cash right now. So I hope you ladies enjoyed this. I hope you got lots of ideas. I'm going to unmute you guys. And if anybody wants to stick around for a minute and talk, please do. But otherwise, I will see everyone. Oh, what did I do here? Gosh, why can't I unmute everybody? Sorry about that. Otherwise, I will see everybody next Wednesday, and we are going to deep dive into one of these hot topics. So y'all let me know on Facebook when I put a post up if there's something specific that you want to know about. Bye-bye. I'm just going to stop recording if anybody wants